Yeah, this is DNT back at you. Today we'd like to cover some basics on drilling and tapping, and we're going to start off with minor diameter and break that down. The minor diameter low limit is 196 thousandths. 201 is nominal, which is what is preferred to get your best thread overall. And 207, of course, is your high limit. Now let's cover this real quick. On the softer materials, you can utilize smaller bits. If you have a hard material, stainless steel, high carbon, you're looking at maybe a 207 might be your best bet. It'll be a little bit easier to tap, less risk breaking a tap off. Your basic standard low carbon steels, aluminum, brass, etc. 201 is your best bet. All right, let's drill some holes. We've drilled two holes for demonstration for tap purposes. One all the way through and one about halfway through the part. And we put small chamfers on both holes. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go over the taps. Okay, on these taps here, we've got three different types of taps. All three are the same size. They're a 1/4 20. We have one here that's got a lot of lead on it. We'll call that a gun tap. It can go through a hole that is all the way through. It self-centers. It's easy to tap with and very low risk of damaging the hole or breaking the tap. And then now we have a high spiral tap. Its purpose is to pull the chip up out of the hole. On a through tap or a bottom tap, the chips will pack up at the bottom of the hole and could cause damage to the tap or break the tap off, or you're not going to be able to achieve the depth that you need. So if you have a blind hole, pull the chip out. Don't push it ahead. If you have a through hole, I would definitely go with the long lead for easy tapping. And then, of course, we have a bottom tap. This is real similar to the high helix tap. The bottom tap has very small amount of threads on it on the lead, where the through tap has a... You can see the difference. There's 8 threads of lead. Here there's 2. So, getting the right tap for the job is pretty important. All right, let's give this a shot. A couple different ways to put these taps in, of course. You can use a tap wrench, or you can use a crescent wrench. We know what happens when we use crescent wrenches. But if you don't have a tap handle, crescent wrench will work. Just got to go nice and slow. We got a through hole right here, so we're going to go ahead and use this through tap that we have with all the lead on it. As you can tell, it lines up on the hole fairly straight. I don't have to really play with it any. It aligns real easy. The tap goes in straight. You don't have to fight it. Okay, nice thread, nice and clean, nice straight hole. Now here's where we're going to go with the bottom tap. We want to be able to at least get 2 or 3 threads in this hole. This would be used, for instance, in the end of a knife on a pommel where you're drilling and tapping a hole and you have minimal thread and you're not going all the way through. So here's a good example for this here. Now, since we do not have a lot of lead on that tap, it's going to be critical that we keep that tap straight. It is not going to lay in the hole like the other tap did. So it is critical that you get it straight to start with so you don't cross thread. You may want to look down this way and then look this way and make sure you're straight. And once you're straight, you're going to go real easy and slow. You're going to break the chip at every flute, only because we're going to a bottom of a hole and the chips have no place to go, so I'm trying to be really careful. Just to follow up on the tapping and drilling procedure, the minor diameter, you can look up on the net and just look up minor diameter for whatever given thread size you want. And it'll give you the low, the medium, and the high limit. And then you choose from there. Okay, good luck. Thanks for watching.